On behalf of the family, they want to acknowledge the support from Concerns of Police Survivors that were here with them, also from Mothers Against Drunk Drivers and the entire Pearland community. They appreciate everybody's support. You know, this has been a very long process to get where we are today. There are no winners. It's a tragedy that could have been prevented. This case has affected many lives. Everybody has lost something. I want to take a little time to thank the jury. It was a very long 3 weeks for them. They were engaged and attentive for the whole 3 weeks, and we appreciate their service. You know, everybody has a personal opinion on what a proper punishment should be in a case like this. The jury made their decision. We respect the process, and we just appreciate the prayers and the support we've had from the community during this whole process. It's been a very long year for the Pearland Police Department, for the city of Pearland. I want to thank the DA's office. Jerry, Mary, and Ian have done such a great job. My Pearland officers have done a great job investigating this case, responding that night. The dispatchers, the officers, the city of Pearland firefighters, everybody has just been outstanding in this case. And this is just one step to us, one more step for us in the healing process. Thank you.
Jerry Yenny, Criminal District Attorney for Brazoria County. I too want to thank the jury for its verdict, its careful consideration, and the time that they took. I want to thank the Pearland community for the support, for reaffirming itself as a community when the loss of one of its officers. This tragedy has caused us all to realize that tragedy has caused us all to realize that any one of us at any given time could be in the place of Officer Ekpanya, and that he defended his community, and that he took the place, he took the hit, if you will, for the citizen behind him. He was still protecting and serving at the time of his death. I want to thank the jury for giving a substantial sentence to this defendant and for caring about the community. We'll take any questions also.
What is your reaction to the defendant's composure over the last 2 days, or when she took the stand, her reaction to her charges and basically her remorse, her level of remorse?
Maybe we'll call it lack of remorse. I think that for the last year, it has become apparent that the defendant, unfortunately, is one of the few people in our society who does not seem to care when another person is hurt. And I think the composure has been since the day this happened. She had closure a month later. And so most of the people in our society are wonderful people. I believe that she's the small percentage that doesn't care about other human beings. And I'm grateful that that's a small percentage.
What are your thoughts about her attorney's argument that she has an addiction, has a problem, that she needs treatment, that jail time, prison time will in fact not help her addiction? What was your thought process?
My thought process is we all know that rehabilitation is a great opportunity. We have drug courts, we have DWI courts, they're great things. We have resources for individuals who have addictions. She was offered every resource available in the criminal justice system. Multiple rehabilitation programs, probation, Harris County's Divert program, and I'd like people to keep in mind that she was out on a personal recognizance bond for a meth charge. She was deemed low risk. I'll be honest with you, that concerns me. Within less than 2 weeks, she killed an officer on a PR bond, and I would ask that we review some of our procedures because this also did not have to exist.
What was her criminal history prior to this that you think maybe should have, before all this happened, maybe flagged her for a higher risk on bonding?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think sometimes that when we check the boxes and we just answer questions instead of looking at the actual human being, that we have to take a reevaluation on our risk assessment. She had a prior DWI, and then she had a meth charge, and she was released summarily. So drugs are not always a victimless crime, and individuals that are automatically deemed low risk aren't necessarily. So I would ask us to just take a reassessment because That was a personal recognizance bond within 8 or 9, 10 days, and then we have a dead officer.
What do you want the public to know after all of this? You know, Harris County, Brazoria County has just a major issue when it comes to DWI cases.
We do. We have a significant problem on our roads, and that problem continues to this day. Our office has people with 2 or 3 pending DWIs before they can get to trial. It's a serious issue. And in this case, as you're aware, the testimony showed that this particular defendant had driven down the road June of 2015, had crashed into another vehicle at that time, and injured another citizen and while drinking and driving. And no charges resulted from that. There was no arrest. That's concerning. We need to take an assessment about what happened to another citizen in June of 2015 while the defendant was drinking and driving.
Can you talk to us about your reaction when you discovered that she was let go and taken to a restaurant?
Surprising. We have the reports and the documentation. If the news media would like to look at the same and explore that further, but that was concerning to us because perhaps if there had been some other intervention, we might not be here today. No guarantees, but you like to try. There is a reason for intervention in the criminal justice system.
Have you been able to interview that police officer?
We had subpoenaed the officer to become available as necessary, but we felt that the victim's testimony and the record driver's testimony substantially established intoxication. But we have reports available should anybody like to look at them.
Is there anything that the family has communicated to you that they want us to know or the public to know about this process or the punishment, anything at all?
Okay. Okay. It has been a pleasure getting to know Officer Ekpanya's family. They're wonderful. And through this period, we've been able to bond. And the one thing that's been important to us is that we were able to show them that we took this seriously, we lived this, and that Officer Ekpanya became one of our family also, and that we left no stone unturned regarding addressing his killer.
Is there anything else that you feel about that the public should know about this process and the trial and its outcome?
Well, I would encourage the public to continue to attend more trials. Well, this was a trial that drew the attention of a lot of people, and it should. Your courthouse is public. Come up and see what's going on in your criminal justice system, and I think that you would feel that we're trying to protect you. And so I'm extending a public invitation like the old-fashioned days when people used to come and listen before TV to court cases, because our courtrooms are open to the public. You can see firsthand what really goes on.
Anything you'd like to say to the Williamson family? Obviously, her parents tried their hardest to get her on the right track, and in a way, they have a loss as well. What would you like to say?
They have a
children as well, like we've just children.
They have a significant loss. Mr. and Mrs. Goudreau are wonderful people. They're decent. They're honest. They're hardworking. They cooperated with the state, and they've communicated. Mr. Goudreau has communicated to me that he agrees with the sentence. That maybe it protects his daughter as well as society. I think that was tough. Her mother indicated to me that she was appreciative of our work and that we requested a prison sentence, that it was appropriate. She has wonderful parents.
I think I'm okay. You guys anything
Is
else?
there any other comments that any of the others here would like to make?
Can I have just a minute? Okay. Well, I do want to say one last thing. Officer Ekpanya was a wonderful person. He had a wonderful wife, wonderful mother, and a wonderful family. And that's what I'd like to get across. Thank you.